I'm right now sucking on a little seed, so excuse my manners. It is a seed that was preyed upon by some very attained and high masters in the Buddhist tradition. And they recited lots of mantras on these seeds. And it's a wonderful, precious, sacred gift by our friend Sabine, who lives at the monastery in France. And I can't remember the name right now of the monastery, so I'll put it in the description. And I would like to discuss such a vital topic during this very worthy moment where I'm sucking on this seed, allowing it to dissolve in my mouth. Tastes a bit bitter, as does the topic at hand. And it is the topic of parts. Oh, how many parts we have. We usually talk about ourselves as an I. I want this, I want that. I feel this, I feel that. I did this, I did that. That was me. As one individual. When really, after any sort of beginner level self-observation and meditation, one realizes that they are not one voice, but many. That there are so many little I's, little me's, different voices inside that we identify with and project. That we have all of these parts of ourselves, recordings, these little beings, fragments of identity, containing beliefs and strategies and desires of their own. All affecting us, usually subconsciously, like little hands emanating from us, trying to take hold of the steering wheel of our life decision-making process. And most individuals are only conscious of a very small portion of all these parts of themselves. And of those parts, they understand very few. And they continue to operate from most of them, repetitively, in the same patterns, in the same decision-making processes, in the same emotions, repeating the same stories, the same, often, victimhood, in the same tone of voice, with the same triggers, associated with the same traumas. These are our parts. These are the decision makers in our lives. You might say, no, I make the decisions in my life. Yeah. Well, whoever was speaking there did make the decision to say that in that moment. And when you get home and you see your partner, and there's going to be a different you speaking to your partner. And then when you're driving and someone cuts you off and you almost get into a car accident and you get angry and you honk and you slam on the brakes, and you curse them, or whatever it is that you do in your life, whatever the equivalent is. That's a different part. And the part that wakes up from a nightmare afraid, that's another part. And the part that wakes up in the morning after a long rest and feels peace, that's a part. And the part that gets stressed out at work, that's another part. And how about all the many parts that are right now in your mind watching this video? Perhaps appreciating it and judging it at the same time. Feeling perhaps 100 or 1,000 different ways about it. And part of the process of evolution, of conscious evolution, a process that allows us to diminish tremendously our suffering here on earth and increase greatly our capacity for wisdom and love and appreciation of life and conscious choices and enhanced relationships. Part of that process is becoming aware of all of our parts, not just the 5% that we already know a little bit about, the whole 95% remaining. So all parts of ourselves, all parts of our ego, and understanding them and how they work so that we can deprogram ourselves, so that we can clear ourselves of all of these parts and patterns and programs, so that then there may be unfettered consciousness and inner peace and the pure love that can shine in that vacuum